The listening test is about 50 minutes. There are 6 parts in listening test. You will have about 6 minutes to listen to each passage and answer the questions. The passage will be played once. Part 1, Listening to Problem Solving.
Instructions. You will hear a single conversation in 3 sections. You will hear each section only once. After each section, you will hear 2 or 3 questions. You will hear the questions only once. You will have to choose the best answer to each question. Total time for this task is around 5 minutes. You will get total 8 questions for this task.
Good morning. Can I help you?
Hi, my husband is convinced I need a pair of glasses for reading. I've never had glasses, so I'm not sure what to do.
Well, you've come to the right place. Have you had your eyes checked recently?
No, not recently. I get regular checkups from my family doctor, but I don't remember him checking my eyes.
Okay, so the first step is to see an eye doctor and get your eyes tested. If your vision needs correcting, the doctor will give you a prescription.
Do you do this testing here?
Actually, there's an eye clinic right next door. It's on the left. You can go there and make an appointment. If they give you a prescription, bring it here and we can help you.
Thanks. I'll do that right now.
Question 1. Why is the woman visiting the store? Question 2. Why does the man suggest going to an eye doctor? Question 3. According to the man, which side the eye clinic situated? You will hear the second section of the conversation shortly.
Hi, I was here last week. I did as you suggested and got my eyes tested. I have my prescription.
Oh, yes. Can I see your prescription? Oh, well, Mrs. Mackey, this shows you certainly do need glasses.
Yes, so the doctor said. He was surprised I'd managed to wait long.
Okay, so first you need to decide which frames you like.
I don't want anything too pricey. Just regular, inexpensive glasses to help me see better.
Here's what I have in the lower price range. These are plastic frames, and they usually last a long time. I think these would look nice on you. Why don't you try these on and see what you think?
Oh my, they make me look like a different person. The blue frames look great with my blue eyes. What do you think?
I agree, and they are a good price. I'll take some measurements so we can prepare the glasses for you. It'll take a couple of weeks for them to be ready.
Question 4. Why was the doctor surprised she has waited so long? Question 5. What is most important for the woman in choosing glasses? Question 6. What does the woman think of the frames he suggests? You will hear the third section of the conversation shortly.
I'm here to pick up my new glasses.
Mrs. Mackey, please have a seat and I'll get them for you. Here we are. Try them on.
Oh my goodness, these are awesome. I can see. And the text on my cell phone is so much clearer. I won't text the wrong person now. This is wonderful.
Here's a special cloth and cleaning solution. If you always use this, the lenses won't get scratched. Just wet the glasses, spray on some solution, then dry them with the cloth. I do that every morning.
This is wonderful. My husband will be delighted that I can see now and that this whole experience didn't cost as much as he feared. Thanks so much.
Question 7. Why does the man talk about cleaning her glasses? Question 8. What will the woman probably do next?
Part 2. Listening to a daily conversation.
Instructions. You will hear a conversation followed by 5 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Andrew, do you have a minute? We need to discuss who should get the Top Employee Award.
Sure, Irene. I guess you and I are this year's selection committee.
I don't know anything about this award. What is it for?
Well, the selection guidelines are very broad, and there's really no definition for top. It used to be called Office Choice Award, but that was a popularity contest. Some people even paid friends to vote for them, if you can believe it.
Wow, the award is that important? There are around 70 employees here, but only one person can get the award, right? Unless they make 70 mini awards or just give up on the award entirely.
These ideas were discussed too, but the award is given during the summer office picnic, and it's part of the fun. The Top Employee Award has been given for 3 years now. We can only choose 5 recipients, you know.
Really? This is getting interesting. So who got it last year?
I think Jeanette got it because she decorated her office space so well, and because she made the best cheesecake for the picnic. George also won it because of the spectacular entertainment he lined up for our open house last Christmas.
Oh, so the criteria are that relaxed. It sounds like we could just draw names out of a hat, and then justify our choices afterwards.
Well, to tell you the truth, that is how Jeanette and George and the others were chosen last year. We put everyone's name into a box and drew 5. Then we came up with reasons for why they are top employees. Oh, and we don't choose the same people each year. And you and I are not eligible. It's very democratic.
I'll say. And everyone's okay with this system?
Oh yeah, the award is a highlight of the picnic. Let's get started. This won't take long.
Question 1. Why the man and the woman meeting together? Question 2. What is the man's opinion of the award? Question 3. How the award winners chosen? Question 4. When is the award given? Question 5. Which statement is probably true about the woman?
Part 3, Listening for Information.
Instructions. You will hear a conversation followed by 6 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Hi there. What brings you into Artland today?
Hi. I'm looking to take up painting as a hobby, and my grandson just gave me a gift certificate to this store. The problem is, I really have no idea where to start. I'm wondering if you can give me some advice.
Of course. That's what I'm here for. Well, let me start by asking you a few questions. Were you looking to enroll in our classes?
I have a lot of free time, so I figured I would try it on my own.
Certainly. Do you have ideas about what subjects you want to paint?
I think landscapes. We were looking at some old photographs on my birthday, and I thought it would be nice to recreate the rolling hills of the beautiful farm I grew up on in Manitoba. I've been living in Toronto for 5 decades now, and though I love city life and the downtown skyline, the memories of sunsets on the farm are still with me.
Wonderful. Well, the 3 basic types of paints are watercolor, acrylic, and oil. They are all suitable for landscapes. I would say watercolor is the hardest for a beginner to start with, even though it is the most affordable of them all.
I don't think watercolor will be the one for me then. What's the main difference between acrylics and oils?
The amount of time it takes for the paint to dry. Acrylic paints dry very quickly, within a matter of hours, whereas oil paints can take up to several days, even weeks, to dry. A lot of our beginner students like acrylics because if they make a mistake, they don't have to wait long to paint over it. However, that can also be frustrating because it's hard to mix the colors you want when they dry so fast.
I see. Well, I don't think I'll mind fast-drying paints. I'll go for acrylics then. What other kind of supplies will I need?
Do you think you'll be painting indoors or outdoors?
Definitely outdoors. I'd like to paint landscapes while immersed fully in nature myself. I'm a big wilderness explorer.
Sounds lovely. And if you ever feel you need some extra help, painting workshops at a local farm not too far from the city every last Saturday of the month. The workshop goes from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and participants enjoy a nice farm-style lunch meal.
Thank you. I'll go at my own pace, but I'll definitely consider it. It might be a nice way to learn, socialize, make new friends, and reminisce about my mother's cooking.
Question 1. Why is the man at the art store? Question 2. What is the man interested in doing? Question 3. Why does the woman advise against watercolor? Question 4. According to the woman, why is acrylic is better than oil paint? Question 5. Why does the woman suggest the workshop? Question 6. What is the man planning to do?
Part 4. Listening to a news item.
Instructions. You will hear a news item once. It is about 1.5 minutes long. Then 5 questions will appear. Choose the best way to complete each statement from the drop-down menu.
A group of protesters gathered at the local racetrack yesterday, asking people to sign a petition they intended to take to City Hall. The petition requested that a newly erected billboard advertising the racetrack be removed. Protesters claimed that the sign, with its blinking lights and animation of a racing horse, is highly distracting. Gillian Smith, spokesperson for the group, pointed out that the human eye is naturally attracted to bright lights and movement. She said that when you're driving on the highway, that's a very bad thing. Smith went on to say that using a cell phone while driving is now illegal because of the distraction factor. Therefore, she said, roadside billboard advertising should also be illegal, especially when it is designed to take our attention off the road. The owner of the racetrack initially refused to comment, but when pressed, he insisted there was nothing wrong with his sign. He pointed out there's no law against it, so he sees no obligation to take it down. Police could neither confirm nor disconfirm that roadside billboards are a contributing factor in highway accidents.
Part 5, listening to a discussion.
Instructions. You will listen to a 2 minutes video. Then 8 questions appear. Choose the best way to answer each question.
Years away compared to what our growing and aging population may need. When you look at primary care physicians, not too long ago there was great concern that we wouldn't have enough primary care doctors, but a lot of students have actually gone into primary care, perhaps because insurance is more affordable when you're doing primary care versus surgery and some of the specialties. But those areas are really in trouble, and when we think about, Kim, the fact that our population is getting older, and we're getting sicker in some ways, we need more care, it is concerning.
This is a big concern, and we've been talking about this for several years. I was a reporter in Duluth about 10, 12 years ago, and I covered healthcare, and this was a big issue, especially in that population as you get to more rural areas.
What was the problem? Why weren't students going into the medical fields?
A number of reasons, really, when you look into it. I mean, not only the work demand, the hours, the medical school is tough to get into. There's not a lot of spaces open. And of course, then the cost. The cost, you have to get malpractice insurance and all that. I think a lot of people are deterred.
You know, I think when you're looking at this potential shortage, I do think we're going to see a shift. More people are going to be doing doctor's appointments online. I know my doctor offers it right now. You get a prescription filled within an hour for some of those minor illnesses that you can take care of online. So I think we'll see more of a shift to that, and I think that's a good thing. You'll get more people with the medical attention that they need without necessarily having to go into the office.
And it helps control costs. And research is one of the things they say why they give such a large range is we don't know what's going to happen in healthcare. We don't know how many, you know, dermatologists, for example, it can be very easy to do dermatology visits virtually over a webcam where you can take a look at someone and try to diagnose. There could be medical, you look at pharmaceutical developments, you could have various drugs that might attack some of the major problems that are causing people to go to the doctor right now.
I also think that they're going to look at how can we care for a patient more as a team. Maybe it's not just the doctor that does the diagnosing, that does a treatment. You know, already I'm sure many people, when you go into a doctor's office, oftentimes it's the nurse, it's the RN that you see and not the doctor.
How often do you actually see the
doctor, the white coat?
But we can't count on these things, and especially when you're talking about the aging population, it's not the same as us going to the doctor. You know, there are more complex problems. There are multiple things going on.
You need specialists.
I don't know what the solution is, but I tell you, like, I look at my kids and the cost of college. I'm not sure that I would want them to sign up for 6 years of postgraduate work, on and on and on until you can finally earn money.
Well, now hearing that there's this shortage out there, maybe, you know, I don't know, salaries are really going to go up too.
Maybe they can take care of me when I'm
Part 6, Listening for Viewpoints.
Instructions. You will hear a report once. It is about 3 minutes long. Then 6 questions will appear. Choose the best way to answer each question from the drop-down menu.
Harold is a sales executive at an export company. Every day, he spends 2 hours on the road getting to and from work. At work, Harold spends his day talking and texting with his clients in China and India. Every week, Harold uses $100 of gas and spends 10 hours stuck in traffic in order to talk to people who are in another country. Surely he could do his work from home. The question is, why are we still commuting? Why not allow people like Harold to commute digitally rather than through our often clogged transportation systems? If we did allow people to work from home, other economic benefits would follow. We would spend less on gas and more on leisure, education, and other consumer goods. Community restaurants and coffee shops would thrive. More importantly, there would be benefits to the environment with decrease in gas consumption, especially in urban centers. Perhaps we are still commuting because corporations still associate productivity with physical presence and hours spent in the office. Clearly, though, corporations could also benefit from employees working at home. With staff working from home, corporate offices could be smaller and hence cheaper to run. Productivity per employee might also increase. Employees would be more able to work at times that might otherwise have been spent commuting. They could also tailor their work schedule to fit their family lives, which would improve their mental health and well-being. It seems that digital commuting would have a positive impact on families, corporations, and our society as a whole. We might well wonder then why we still encounter traffic gridlock in almost every major city. Experts say there are 4 key difficulties with working from home. First, corporations fear off-site employees will be more easily distracted and work less. Second, many managers are concerned that they will not be able to manage staff when their staff are not present in the corporate workplace. A third issue is that the office is not simply a physical location, it is also a psychological space in which a team can develop a sharp, shared focus on the tasks at hand. People who work in the same space can think together and share ideas. Finally, the collective workspace helps staff to feel they belong to a community or culture. They will care more about their company's product or service. So, will we always work in offices? Younger people increasingly ask to work from home. The younger generation has been raised in a socially networked world in which connections, culture, and creativity are no longer anchored in a geographical or physical space. Perhaps, as some in this generation are already saying, the corporate office will become outdated.